Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. It's the only one in the state, and we're going to find out about that in this edition of WJTS in.form. Joining me in the studio is the Executive Director for the Dubois County Museum, Shirley Ray. Shirley, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, the Dubois County Museum has received a grant that is the only one in the state. Tell us about that.
We have received the Indiana Humanities Collaborate Grant for Latinx programming at the museum. So it's the first Latinx type of program funded through a grant in the state, we were told.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
So we're very excited. Yes,
yeah, that is
extremely.
exciting. So you're going to have something special November 1st with the Day of the Dead.
Yes.
And then you're going to have something for the Epiphany, which is in January.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell us about that, and I'll let you say it in Spanish, not me.
Okay, so here's me slaughtering Spanish.
Okay.
Dia de los Muertos is the Day of the Dead event on November 1st. And it's a celebration for the souls of the departed. And we want the community to participate in it, not only the Latinx community, of course, because it's their event, but also the Anglo community. So we're building a large altar for the event, and we're letting the community come in and participate in that and listen to a presentation by a scholar from USI, University of Southern Indiana. Okay. Also learn how to do, there's going to be dance lessons, there's going to be food that is ceremonial for that event for Day of the Dead. So it's kind of a big cultural festival kind of thing on November 1st.
Okay, and November 1st is what day?
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday, okay.
5 to 8 p.m.
Are you typically open on Mondays?
Never.
No, okay, so this is unique in a lot of different ways.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay,
Super
so
new.
from when to when?
It is Monday from 5 to 8.
Okay.
So Monday, November 1st, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay. Yeah, so the lecture begins at 6, and then 5 o'clock you get to see everybody's altars, and then there'll be a reception and dance lessons.
Are you needing participation from the public prior to that, like registering for things?
Yes, what we're doing, actually, is we are opening it up to anyone in the community who would like to honor their deceased, departed family members and friends. So what you do is you contact the museum or one of our Latinx coordinators, and you come in and you build a small altar. So, pictures of the deceased and items that they would have enjoyed in life, like if they had a hobby or something, electric candles, that kind of thing. And we're going to put those throughout the museum. And then we're building an altar ourselves for like a grand altar for the whole celebration itself.
So you are needing people to participate and be part of this.
We would love to have anyone.
And then obviously on that day, the Day of the Dead, November 1st, from 5 to 8, you come to the museum and participate.
Yes.
Okay.
So participate in the program, learn about it, try the foods, that sort of thing. And then the whole exhibit will be up through November 15th. Okay. So 2 weeks to view the exhibit beyond if you can't make it that Monday night.
Okay, you said something important, food.
Yes.
Well, what do you mean by that?
And I apologize for not knowing the name of the grocery store, but there's a Latinx grocery store here in the community, probably more than one. But we have decided that they have decided that they can cater. So they're going to make pan de muertos, which are little like bread rolls with shapes on the top that are like bones made of dough.
Okay.
It's a requirement for Day of the Dead.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we have some sugar skulls, which is also a gift that's usually put on the altar for the deceased children. So there's like a component there. And we're trying to find someone who can do the drinking chocolate, because that's also, it's not hot chocolate, it's literally like liquid chocolate that you drink, which is also a ceremonial activity.
So
Yes.
this is kind of like new to me. I'm learning some things here. But if I want to find out more about what really all these traditions or meanings are, we come to hear the scholar who will speak.
Manuel, Valdez from USI. He is going to, it's one of his career advancements, I suppose. Like he's been publishing works and things, and he's been at USI for a number of years and collaborating with their community. So we're partnering with our community the same way he partners with his community, and this is the first time that regional group's coming here to help with this celebration. So,
do you need to know in advance that people are coming, or the spectators, I guess, is the general public? Do you need to know if I'm coming on that night? Or
intending to do an invitation thing on Facebook, because it's free, obviously. Humanities program, grant funded. It's for the community. It's free. So we're planning, for 100 or so, but we're not entirely sure. So the intention is that on Facebook you'll be able to say, yes, I'm coming.
So you'll kind of have an idea of numbers.
Hopefully.
Sure, okay.
Hopefully.
And more information will be on your Facebook page?
Yes.
Or will it be if I go to the museum this afternoon,
it's on the museum website, so there's a flyer and there's some information. It's on our Facebook, and there's more information on that, and the Twitter, and then you can always call the museum.
So understand, this is not necessarily for the Hispanic or Latino community alone.
Yes, it's for everyone.
Whilst it may help you to understand some of their traditions that they have.
Yes, and the intention of the Humanities Grant is to get the community speaking to one another about cultural traditions and understanding one another. So it really is a collaboration of Latinx and Anglo residents.
And I think a lot of times we see Dawn of the Dead, we see images of it, and we think, Dawn of the Day? Yes, Day of the Dead. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We see images of it, and it may be frightening in some way, but
Yes.
actually it's probably not.
Yes, as I understand it, the sugar skulls themselves are like the celebratory souls of the departed. And the way that the altar is created with the 7 levels is a depiction of how to lead the souls to heaven. So it's all about a celebration of the life of people who have moved on and things like that. So it's not meant to be scary. It's,
Not like Halloween.
It's a celebration. Yeah. It's literally a celebration of life.
Well, see that I think that's some of the ignorance. We see these images, and so we have stereotypes of what it is, but that's not what it is.
Right.
It's the other way around. And it is the Day of the Dead. Please don't listen to most of what I say because I seem to get my words twisted. You also are going to be celebrating the Epiphany.
Yes, the Epiphany.
Which is in January.
Yes, January 6th is Dia de los Reyes, Magos, which is the day of the Magi Kings, which is when the 3 kings brought the gifts to baby Jesus, which some residents would be more familiar with the Epiphany, the definition of that. So that is another celebration day, and there are special foods and special presentations that day as well.
And again, help me with my ignorance. I did not I know as Catholic you are supposed to keep your Christmas tree up until January 6th.
Yes,
there's all kind of things like
12
that.
days of Christmas.
Yes, and so we know that, but there is a Hispanic or Latin component.
Well, what happened, from what I understand, in the
We're
late
both
1800s,
learning, right? Okay.
1880s or so, it was a Catholic tradition, and then Latinx communities created their own version of it, kind of, and it became very, very popular in some areas, like Mexico City and places like that. So the partners who are presenting the program have chosen that as kind of the next definitive holiday that really would help us tail end this program. And then in the fall, we'll be celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month with all kinds of programs next year.
And then will there be a speaker at this event? And is that one where people participate again, much like the Day of the Dead?
It'll be a similar format. There will probably be a presentation with like the kings and the creche and Jesus and Mary and Jesus and all that stuff as a standing unit rather than a play, because oftentimes it's a pageant. Okay. So right now we're thinking it'll be, a display, basically. And yes, there'll be a presentation about the significance of it and the foods that are traditional and the intent. There's a lot of symbolism, there's a lot of iconography in both Dia de los Muertos and Dia de los Reyes. So there's lots of things to learn. It's really fascinating.
And obviously it just fits right into what the Dubois County Museum does, and it fits into what the Humanities does for the state of Indiana, in that it's an opportunity to learn something you don't know or participate in something you do know and spread that knowledge to others.
And to have the museum collect Latinx artifacts. We currently have nothing that represents our Latinx community, and they're 10% of our population. So very important cultural group that we would like to help get displays and information in the museum. So we're also planning a traveling exhibit that would also have a permanent exhibit component.
So like everything at the Dubois County Museum, if you'd like to learn more or help in some way, stop by the museum.
Indeed.
Okay, and again, your hours are?
We are Tuesday through Friday 10 to 2, Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 1 to 4.
Except on November 1st,
yes,
the Day of the Dead, then it's 5 to 8. All right.
Yes.
And then you also have your special each month. One time in that month you have
Thursdays. Thursdays.
You have a special thing going on that night.
Yep.
Okay.
We have Spooky Streets trick-or-treating coming up.
And that's
reservations only, though. So if you're coming, you've got to reserve.
So every year, every month, you have something special.
Yes, we do. Thursdays.
And the best way to stay up to date on that is to be a member. Right?
Yes. Okay. We get newsletters, digital, and then quarterly printed newsletters. And you're always the first to know if you're a member.
All right. Well, Shirley, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
2 big events coming up, and congratulations on the grant for the Dubois County Museum. That's a big deal to be able to get that. To be
a big deal.
It seems to be in this area we do a lot of. We're the only ones who do it.
We
are very good at that in this area.
Indeed.
Shirley, thank you very much for being our guest. Thank you for watching 18 WJTS in Form. We are local people watching local people.